Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda. I'm Nick Park, and I heard earlier this year that a company that manufactures nappies, or if you're watching or listening from the United States, diapers, a company that manufactures nappies or diapers in Japan has stopped making them for babies in order to concentrate on nappies for adults, for grown-ups. Apparently, for the last 10 years or more, sales of adult nappies in Japan have been higher than the sales of babies' nappies. This is because the population of Japan is getting older and older. 30% of the population of Japan is 65 or older, and over 10% of the population is aged over 80 years of age. Now, there's several reasons for this. One is, like many other industrialized nations and wealthier nations, birth rates have been falling for many years, so less and less babies are being born. But another factor for Japan is that Japan has very low immigration. There's historic reasons why that. Japan has usually not been a nation that welcomes immigration. And again, Japanese language and culture and everything else makes it very, very hard for people of other nations to move to Japan and make a go of it and assimilate and really fit in. And so because of that, their birth rate's been declining and the average age has been increasing. And perhaps more than any other country in the world, this has become a real crisis in Japan. Now, you might say, well, look, that's all very, very interesting, that you may have heard that anyway somewhere else. You might say, well, Nick, why are you talking about that in what's supposed to be an inspirational Christian message? You know, how on earth are you going to move from talking about nappies and diapers to talking about Jesus Christ? Well, quite simply because of the church of Jesus Christ, just like a nation, needs children. We are there for the future. We've got to look to the future. We've got to look to the next generation. And that's not going to happen if we don't welcome and value babies and children in our churches. I've been to too many Christian churches where children are treated as, sometimes even just a distraction. You know, there was noisy little people that just interrupt the service and spoil it for everybody else. I actually heard of a church in the United States, a well-known megachurch, that told a parent who had a child who had some special learning difficulties that they should not bring him back to church again because he was spoiling the worship experience for the rest of the worshippers. You know, we need our children. Children are noisy. Children are sometimes disruptive. Children do sometimes, coming back to their nappies, fill their nappies and create a stink in a church service. Yes, they do, and thank God for them because we need them so much. We need another generation to rise up in the church, and to do that, we've got to welcome kids. Also, kids and children are those who are more open to receive Jesus Christ than any other segment of the population. More Christians became Christians when they were children than at any other age group in our lifespans. Also, Christians who get saved as children are far more likely to grow up to become pastors or evangelists or missionaries than those who get saved later in life. And, you know, just imagine this. If you had a people group that was so receptive to the gospel and just produced amazing Christians, you would think we would concentrate our resources afresh on reaching that people group. But instead, children are often treated like the Cinderella group of the church family. Often, you know, adults have nice surroundings that they worship in, and the children are stuck into a back room that's really pretty primitive and pretty poorly equipped and badly decorated and even damp. You look at the budgets of a church, because you can tell what you value as a church by what you spend your money on. And so often churches spend remarkably little on their children, despite children's ministry being such a priority, and in spite Jesus saying, let the little children come unto him. You know, all of us that are involved in church life, let's learn from what's happening in Japan. Let's learn that we need to value, welcome, and bless the children among us, and encourage parents to be able to bring their children to meet with the family of God. God bless you today in Jesus' name. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.